The train station bustled with life, a microcosm of the nation's relentless pace. Crowds surged forward, laden with bags and suitcases, each person carrying not just their belongings, but their dreams and aspirations. For years, this scene meant opportunity, the allure of factory work in distant cities. Young men and women with hope in their eyes left their villages, bidding tearful goodbyes to their families, all for the promise of a better future. Now, a different migration unfolded. The tide had turned, and the once hopeful faces were now marked by fatigue and uncertainty. These were not bright-eyed villagers seeking their fortune. These were weary travelers, their dreams tempered by the harsh realities of economic downturns and factory closures. These were weary travelers, returning home. Their faces, though tired, showed a glimmer of relief, a sense of coming back to where they truly belonged.
The once booming factories had slowed. The hum of machinery that once signaled prosperity was now replaced by an eerie silence. Economic headwinds, trade tensions, and shrinking global demand had taken their toll. The global market's fluctuations had rippled through the heart of China's industrial landscape. Layoffs mounted, and the promise of city life dimmed. The glittering skyscrapers and bustling streets no longer held the same allure. For many, returning home, however uncertain, felt like the only option. The cities that once promised so much had become places of disillusionment.
Among them was Chen, a young man with calloused hands and a tired smile. His journey mirrored that of countless others. He had left his village in Sichuan province a decade ago, lured by the promise of steady factory work. The village, with its rolling hills and serene landscapes, seemed a world away from the bustling city. He found it, toiling long hours in a Guangzhou factory making electronics. The work was grueling, but it provided a steady income. He sent money home, supporting his parents and younger siblings. Each remittance was a lifeline, a testament to his hard work and dedication. But the factory orders dwindled, then stopped. The once bustling factory floor became a ghost town, and the workers, including Chen, were left in limbo.
I am not alone. This sentiment echoed among the millions of migrant workers facing the same fate. Across China, millions of migrant workers are packing their bags, preparing to leave behind the cities that once held so much promise. Leaving behind the cities that once held so much promise. The skyline, once a symbol of hope, now seemed distant and unwelcoming. We returned to villages and towns, bringing with us a mix of apprehension and hope. The journey back is filled with mixed emotions, a blend of relief and uncertainty. Our homecoming marks a pivotal moment in China's economic and social landscape. It is a return to roots, a reconnection with our heritage, and a new chapter in our lives.
For decades, China's economic engine roared. The country experienced unprecedented growth, transforming from a largely agrarian society into the world's factory. Skyscrapers rose, cities expanded, and the standard of living improved for millions. Factories hummed, churning out goods for the world. From electronics to textiles, Chinese manufacturing became synonymous with efficiency and scale. The relentless pace of production was a testament to the nation's industrial prowess. Migrant workers, the backbone of this boom, flocked from rural areas to burgeoning industrial centers. They left behind their homes and families, driven by the promise of better wages and opportunities. These workers became the lifeblood of China's economic miracle. They filled factories, construction sites, and restaurants, fueling China's rise as a global manufacturing powerhouse. Their hard work and dedication were instrumental in building the modern Chinese economy, contributing to the country's rapid urbanization and industrialization. But the landscape has shifted. The once thriving factories now stand silent, a stark contrast to their former glory. The economic tides have turned, bringing new challenges to the forefront. Global economic slowdowns, trade disputes, and rising manufacturing costs have cast a shadow over China's factories. The trade tensions with major economies have disrupted supply chains, while increasing labor costs have eroded the competitive edge that Chinese manufacturers once enjoyed. Orders have slowed, and some factories have closed their doors. The once bustling production lines now lie dormant, and the echo of machinery has been replaced by an eerie silence. This downturn has had a ripple effect across the economy. The once reliable flow of jobs has thinned, leaving many migrant workers struggling to make ends meet. With fewer opportunities in the cities, these workers face an uncertain future. grappling with the harsh reality of unemployment and financial instability. This economic reality is driving the return migration. Workers are packing up their lives in the cities and heading back to their rural roots. The journey home is filled with mixed emotions, as they leave behind the dreams they once chased in the urban centers. Faced with unemployment or reduced wages, many migrant workers see few options but to return to their hometowns. The rural areas, once left behind in the pursuit of urban prosperity, are now witnessing a resurgence of their own as these workers bring back their skills and experiences. The journey back is often bittersweet, a mix of relief at being home and uncertainty about the future. Reuniting with family brings comfort, but the question of how to sustain themselves in the long term looms large. This reverse migration presents both challenges and opportunities for China. The government is tasked with addressing the needs of these returning workers, ensuring they have access to employment, training, and support systems. The government is acutely aware of the need to create jobs and support returning workers. Initiatives such as job fairs, vocational training programs, and incentives for local businesses are being rolled out to help integrate these workers back into the rural economy. At the same time, this influx of people into rural areas has the potential to revitalize local economies and strengthen communities. The skills and experiences that migrant workers bring back can spark innovation and entrepreneurship, leading to the growth of new businesses and industries in these regions. Community projects and cooperative initiatives are gaining momentum as returning workers collaborate to improve their local environments. From cooperative farming to local craftsmanship, these efforts are fostering a sense of community and shared purpose. The social fabric of rural areas is also being strengthened. Families are reunited, and the presence of younger generations brings new energy to these communities. Festivals, traditions, and cultural practices are being revived, adding to the vibrancy of rural life. The shifting sands of China's economy are reshaping the nation's landscape. While challenges remain, the resilience and adaptability of its people offer hope for a brighter future. As China navigates this new economic reality, the strength of its communities will be a cornerstone of its continued growth and development.
The factory closed down last month. There was no work, and the city felt too expensive. Coming home was the only choice.
For many, the decision to leave the city wasn't easy. It meant leaving behind jobs, friends, and the aspirations they had built over years of hard work.
I miss the city sometimes. There was always something happening, and I felt like I was part of something big.
But the pull of home, of family and familiarity, is strong.
At least here, I can grow my own vegetables. And my parents are getting older. They need my help.
Their stories, while individual, echo a collective experience. The return migration is a testament to the resilience of China's people, their ability to adapt to change and seek new opportunities, even in the face of adversity. While the return migration presents challenges, it also brings a wave of resourcefulness and entrepreneurial spirit to China's rural areas. This movement is not just a simple return to the past, but a dynamic shift towards a future where rural areas are buzzing with new ideas and ventures. The young generation, having tasted the fast-paced life of the cities, is now channeling that energy and experience into transforming their hometowns. Young people, armed with skills and experiences gained in the cities, are exploring new avenues for work and income. They are not just bringing back knowledge, but also a fresh perspective on how to utilize local resources more effectively. This blend of urban savvy and rural wisdom is creating unique opportunities that were previously unimaginable.
I learned a lot about business in the city. The exposure to different business models, the fast-paced environment, and the competitive spirit taught me invaluable lessons. I realized that these skills could be incredibly beneficial if applied back home. Now, I'm using that knowledge to start my own online store selling clothes made by local women. This not only provides me with a source of income, but also empowers the women in my village, giving them a platform to showcase their craftsmanship to a broader audience.
Some are starting small businesses, capitalizing on the growing demand for services and goods in their hometowns. These ventures range from traditional crafts to modern services, each contributing to the local economy in its own way. The entrepreneurial spirit is palpable, with market stalls and small shops popping up in places that were once considered economically stagnant. Others are using their tech skills to connect with customers online, selling local produce or handicrafts through e-commerce platforms. The digital revolution has reached even the most remote villages, enabling young entrepreneurs to tap into a global market. This not only boosts their income but also puts their villages on the map, attracting more business and investment. The government is also playing a role, providing training and support to returning workers, encouraging them to start businesses or find jobs in emerging industries. These programs are designed to equip them with the necessary skills and knowledge to succeed in a rapidly changing economic landscape. Workshops, seminars, and community support initiatives are all part of this comprehensive approach to rural development. This focus on entrepreneurship and innovation is creating a sense of optimism, a belief that even in the face of economic uncertainty, there are opportunities to build a better future. The collaborative efforts of the government, local communities, and the returning youth are paving the way for a more prosperous and sustainable rural China. The spirit of innovation is not just a trend, but a movement that promises